Hey guys! Today we're gonna talk about something that no one loves doing, drawing hands. I've always found hands really annoying to draw, but it is something that you need to be able to do if you want to do human-like characters that interact with the world and show emotion. So I hope you'll be able to use this video. Please subscribe if you like it, I will be making more, and please comment below if you have ideas for other videos I should do. Let's go! Let's start by playing around with some shapes. Let's take a look at drawing the palm first, then you add a thumb, and then you add 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers. Looks okay, but it's not really what we're looking for. Doesn't work like that. I usually use this type of shape to begin drawing the palm first. You'll notice that it's a bit wider on the top than down here on the bottom. So. And this is kind of the length of the fingers and how they should be placed. And you will kind of notice this shape here on the top. It's something that you will see a lot today. Let's try and do this on a bigger scale and with a lot more details. We start again. Do the same shape as before. A little less wider on the bottom than on the top, and this type of angle here. Then we can start adding the thumb. We put a small bump here and we draw the thumb upwards, kind of this shape. Then I will add what I call a type of glove to begin with, and it will have this shape here. Inside this glove we're gonna fill out the fingers. I'm just gonna lift it a bit. And this is gonna help us to find the right length of the fingers. Something like this. Then we can add our fingers, and I usually just draw cylinders. On this shape you will see the middle finger is a lot longer than the other fingers. Here's the ring finger and the little finger here on the side. You see what I mean? Now we can just remove these lines that we're not going to use anymore. And away they go. And now all of a sudden we have a hand. We can add a small bit of the arm here. I'm sure you noticed that this is a bit more simple version of a hand. We're kind of missing some details, and we could start adding those. And what I mean by that is that we could add some nails and we could add some knuckles. Those are usually the details that I add on hands. So let's try and understand nails first. Here we have a finger. There, nice sausage. And that finger has a nail, of course. I kinda try and follow the shape of the finger when I add the nail, and it's kinda like you're adding a small roof to a cylinder. You'll kinda see the shape. It will go like this, up on one side and down on the other. That's basically just what you add on top of this sausage. And we can try and look at it from another angle. Here's from the front. Let's quickly do a finger. Again, you follow the shape. Add this roof. I'll just show you the shape of that. You can see up here, we'll just do it again. And that is basically what you try and push down on top of this cylinder. Now we hopefully understand nails a little bit more. And we can try and add it over here on our hand. I'll do the thumb first. It has the nail out on the side like this. And the others are very simple to add. Right now I'm just doing small squares almost, just to push down something on those fingers. And then I usually draw a hint of some knuckles just like this. Just a few lines. Very simple. Then we can get rid of this. And that is a simple hand from the front. Now, if you want to do a hand from the side, we have to learn a few more things. And what I'm talking about is that when you're drawing a finger from the side, you will notice that it has these bumps according to the joints. And they're important to bring along when you're drawing the finger from the side, especially when you start bending the finger around. Let's try and bend this finger. Like this. You'll notice those bumps, they get squeezed together. Like this. They're a bit funny to play around with. You'll notice it when we'll try and make a closed hand later on, but it's these bumps I'm talking about. Now let's do a hand from the side. That's what we wanted to do. I'll just move this a bit so we get some more space, and here we go. I'll start out with a simple shape, and it will be the palm, just like before. That's the first thing we do. I'll do it in this shape here. After that, we can add our thumb. It's just a small round thing that's sticking out here. Like this. Then we add our index finger. Now we already know, after playing around with the hand from the other side, what kind of size we should have. And here we're adding the bumps. And then the middle finger should be a bit taller than the other. And we have the ring finger here in the background as well. Like this. Now we can add some knuckles. Before it was just one line sticking out. Now I'm kind of doing this bump here on the other side. And let's get rid of these lines, and we have a hand from the side. Now the tricky part. Let's add nails. Kind of following our cylinder like before. Yeah, something like this. And up here, just from the side, very simple. We can even add a bit of the wrist here. There we go. Now, if you feel confident with this, we can try and do something with a bit more difficulty. We're gonna use everything we just learned and try and play around with angles. Just like before, you have to start by drawing your palm. But this time we kind of draw it as a 3D object that we're looking at from below. It's gonna look something like this. We can add a bit more of the wrist up here. And now let's add our glove. I kind of know how I want to place the fingers, so I want to add the glove like this. And please notice that it's kind of getting some version of the shape that we talked about earlier. Now we can start filling out the fingers. I'm just gonna do that one at a time, starting with the little finger here. And then we add the ring finger. Notice that I separate them a bit from each other. And the longest one, the middle finger, and our index finger. And then we can add our thumb up here. Yeah, looks like a hand. Let's get rid of this. I'm kind of happy with this. And once we are rid of all these lines, then we can start adding our details. Beginning with the knuckles. Just a few lines, just a few bumps sticking up here. Just correct the thumb a bit. And our nails. Again, I'll just clean up a bit so you can see what I'm doing. And we try and follow our cylinders like this. It's getting a bit messy here. Yeah, hope it makes sense. And we can play around with a bit of the shapes. And yep, that's an ugly nail. Let's try again. Something like this. Yep, that's a hand for you. I'll try again. Show you the concept. Let's twist the hand a bit. We're still starting out with the palm. 3D square. Turning it in our desired direction. I'll add the wrist like this. And then we start on the fingers. The little finger. And slowly add the other fingers. And now I'm just doing it kind of fast. Just to show the concept. As you probably noticed, I didn't even start out by doing the glove. It's just to show you how fast it can be done. Then we add the thumb. Let's make a few bends on it, like this. Then we clean up a bit. When I do an open palm like this, you can notice this line here in the middle. It's what I call a small pillow in the hand. It's giving some weight to the inside of the palm, I think. And then we clean up the shapes a bit, just to make it look a bit better. And yep. I usually also add one more line here in the palm, like this, and like, yeah, something like this. That's an open palm for you. Now we've done an open hand. Let's do a closed hand as well. Then you'll notice how the fingers will squeeze in between each other. We start out the same way. We do our shape and our wrist down here. And then we start adding our fingers. And this time they're gonna be a bit more squeezed. We're keeping them in line here. Kinda like the same sizes that we know from before. We can add our thumb. Also closed. And then a small pillow over here where the fingers squeeze into. Let's clean up, we can't really see what we're doing. Like this. And then we can add a bit more lines here. And also the fingers here will squeeze the bumps that we talked about earlier. Something like this. I think I'll just redo this finger over here. Wasn't quite how I needed it to be. But you can see, it's the same shape as we did before. Exactly the same concept. This time the fingers are just closed. Could just add a bit more to the thumb. And maybe this line here could also work a bit more like this. Yeah, but that's it. Closed hand. Now, then you might want to say, I want to draw something that this closed hand is holding on to. And that's exactly what we're gonna try now. And this will be the last thing that I show you today. If you have something like a pole here or a rod or something that you want your character to hold on to squeeze your hand around. We'll do the arm first, and here's the wrist gonna be. Start by doing the thumb, like this. And then the rest of the palm should break out from that point there. And then we can do our glove over here, where the fingers appear again on the other side. And once we've marked out where we want that to be, we can clean up a bit and add our details. And especially add our fingers. Just like this. When you start out with that glove, you can always continue by defining all of the fingers out from that. And just For good measures, I'm gonna show you how to draw it from the other side. If the hand would come in from the other side and hold onto this pole, it would look something like this. Let's start with the arm. Like this, just like before. Then we can start defining where our palm should be. The thumb will go behind the pole this time, and we're gonna have our glove squeezed around like this. Then we can clean up a bit. And also over here we can add our knuckles. Something like this. Yeah. Now I've shown you a few things that you can try out for yourself. But the best thing you can do right now would be to go and look at some more pictures and illustrations of hands. Look at your own hands. Try and use the approach that I've shown you and try to play around with it. I really hope you found this video useful. This is the approach that I use for myself when I draw. So if you like this video, please consider to subscribe to my channel. I will be making more videos like this. And I really hope that if you have some good ideas for the next videos I should do, you'll leave me a comment below. Thank you. See ya.